Hey everybody, it's Tran here and welcome back to Library of Ruina. Today we are going to play another mod which will be the Emotion Workshop mod, or as it is called right here, the Cinestimum Workshop, if that's how I called it, I am not sure. But basically this is the mod that is created by the same person that created the Distorted Shower mod, the Sinclair mod, basically a lot of mods that I really like, so this one is pretty cool as well. I've already beaten it, as you can see by the icon showing up, and it actually has both a pre-battle and a post-battle story, so that's pretty nice. Let's go through that. The two main characters are Negative and Smile. I haven't really watched the story, but I've just seen them because of these two dialogue lines, so let's actually see. Also, nope, turn that off. Okay, Mr. Smile, you here? Mr. Smile? Ah, Negative. My apologies. I was concentrated on research. That was faster than I expected. Originally, it was supposed to be casualty procurement from suppression of the giant child, but when I arrived, it was already taken care of by the ensemble, so it was easy to clean up. Here, they'll use station corpses you requested. They're in the status box. Perfect timing. We were just running out of materials. We'll be able to continue our research without a hitch. Huh, there's still more to research? Our main backers have very high expectations. Those condescending old blokes. Probably looking for a young, healthy body to implant their brains into, or just has a nasty hobby. Though it's called emotion modification, we're mostly just researching brain transplant procedures. It's not that I don't understand. As a human, everyone wants to feel happy. To modify your brain so you only feel happiness, then transplant your brain into a fresh body. A salvific technology during times like this. Well, I'm happy as long as I get paid. Not really interested in salvation or whatever. You seem to be worldly, but not saying that that's bad. Anyhow, how's the information requested about the library? Having requested information about the library to the 7th station, it seems to be true. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, yes it has. How's it? So, Yuria. What this is gonna tell me? Yuria is from the Distortion Detective book, which was published by Project Moon chapter by chapter, but then cancelled because it was too popular, which is really weird, because they decided that as a game-making company, Project Moon is going to, instead of making the book, I guess the novel, they are going to cancel the novel and then make a game on it instead of the book, so you're not going to get the ending of the book. Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. It was really weird, but Yuria is from there, so you read that, you recognize this character. I actually haven't, so I don't know who that is, but I know she's from there. What do you think about tech utilizing your mind? Utilizing your mind? That's a pretty abstract kind of technology. It's tech that materializes your mind, and those materialized minds are far superior than any other workshop weaponry. That's quite an interesting concept, but just listening about how it works doesn't really make it easy to understand. That's why I contacted you, eh? Here, it's an invitation to the place that has information about this technology. An invitation to the library. Ah, the place where Hana Station said at the start of the city. It may be worth checking out. We do have some weaponry we'd like to test out. Good to hear. Tell me what it was like after. Sure, pretty exciting to see such a tech, it's been a while. Looks like eavesdropping paid off with some great information. Yeah, also Yeah is a character from the general reception added in one of the updates to the game. It requires 2 Star of the City books of row 2 or 3, I think, and the book of Yeah is actually required to get to the emotional workshop, like, at all. So there is some lore connection, I guess. A technology that materializes minds and creates weapons sounds quite interesting. Materializing the emotions from different parts of the brain would be revolutionary. Emotional modifications already has physical benefits, and we don't know how dangerous this library is. Didn't you vow to not get excited and make rational decisions? Ah, I got carried away there. Let's say that all of this technology is real. How are you going to get into the library? Oh, also, I guess the technology that they are talking about is ego. It does sound like ego, because materializing emotions, that's what ego does. We don't know where the library is, and how dangerous they are. From what I've heard, you only need something called an invitation to get in, and so please go visit the 7th station to gather info about the library. You probably aren't going to go up asking even if I refuse, so... You know me. If you refused, I was going to visit them myself. I'll go check for some info from the 7th station on the way to Big Op's nest. Many thanks, Negative. Alright, don't get clingy now. Clingy. Okay, I don't know that word. It's getting late, so don't stay up for too long. But of course, see you around, Negative. So everything was true about the library's rumors. There seems to be a book in the library that contains information what we overheard, yes. A book about distortions to be exact, and that is the second book that is needed to get into this invitation. It needs a book of year and a book of the distortions, so that makes sense. Distortions, that's quite tempting, being closely related with emotions. Distortions are people's pure nature in a way. Seventh Station also had an invitation stored to gain more intel about the library. I was handed it as a payment for delivering info for them. Would you look at that? A book of year and distortions. Seeing as how year's book is here, looks like all the Leaflet Workshop fellows got wiped out in that place. Feels like the invitation is warning us, If you don't want to get crushed like Leaflet Workshop, stay away. I'm fine with whatever decision you make. Haha, with an affiliate fixer like you, there's not much to fear. It's quite intriguing actually, being able to peer inside this woman's head. If you don't have anything of importance to say, I'll take my leave here. Half of it was a joke. Better start off not being nervous, no? You should be preparing for a visit to the library in the time it takes to crack jokes. Don't have to tell me twice. An excellent opportunity to test the newest subjects in combat. Don't stay up for too long, no. Transplanting brains into actual bodies and not workshop-created artificial ones? More like putting out the brain and using the body as a servant. Quite surprising. There's more than one of those, huh? Not too shocking, but disgusting all the same. Those shitheads. Oh, I missed that one. This is why you have to be cautious around weirdly bright people in the city. Someone like the Blue Liberation? Yep. This might be the library. The architecture of this place is quite the curiosity. Ready up before you start getting excited. This place is no different than the ruins. Stuff may pop out of nowhere. Welcome to the library, dear guests. I'm the director and librarian of my role's namesake. Greetings, Miss Angela. I'm Smile, and this is Negative. Hello. We heard that the Book of Year and Distortions were in here. I assume that the conditions of our prize is emerging victorious, and being turned into a book ourselves will even defeat it. Being turned into a book won't be such a bad experience, but for right now, those books are our main interest. May you find a book in this place. And yeah, that is the pre-battle story of the Emotion Workshop. And as you can see, it requires a Book of Year and the Book of the Distortion. And it features 2 acts, and you will only use 1 floor here. Here's my team. It's not that great, also it has no attribution on 4 of the people because I was too lazy, and it turned out to be pretty easy nonetheless. So, well, Roland does have some insane stuff, also Lone Fixer, because I did not take that away. Don't look at the team, look at the enemies, okay? So we have a array of the same person, I guess. A Book of Synaistma Workshop Victim. I'll just call them Emotion Workshop from now on, I can't read this. They have 102 HP, 52 stagger resist, 2 to 7 speed, they endure pierce damage and slash stagger, and double normal to blunt, so you must use blunt here, not must use blunt here, but you should use blunt here for sure. Speed, yes, the usual ability. Mixed modifications. At the start of the act, randomly select a modification, and Adrenaline at the start of the act draws 3 more pages, so they can get basically their entire deck in the in the first scene. They have a couple of pages, almost all of them are unique and new, but they also have Emotional Turbulence, which makes sense because, as it was mentioned in the lore, I guess in the story, they did take the corpses of Ryuoshu Station to make these victims, so it would make sense for them to have Emotional Turbulence, Ryuoshu Station's signature card, signature page. Here we have Overclock, the zero cost light region page, which on use recovers 1 light, and if the user gains 3 plus emotion coins from using this page, recover an additional 1 light, which is pretty cool. I like that mechanic, that you can get 2 light from this page by rolling either the lowest possible value or the highest one, or using another page in conjunction with it. This one, Heighten. Nope, not this one. Okay, well, no, I think I misread some of the abilities. Sure. So Overclock actually has pretty okay rolls for zero cost. I think it's better even than forward march. Yeah, it's better than forward march, and it also has an ability to get 2 light, so it's actually just a better forward march in a way. Then we have Burnout. The cost of this page equals the user's max light, max 8. On hit, spend 1 emotion coin to recycle this die, and it can proc once. A pretty strong page, it can reroll the die once if you have emotion coins spare, and it does cost a lot, but you can use it really early on. So it's like a page that kind of balances itself out to being nearly useless, because when the cost of it is okay, when you have like low amounts of light and the enemies aren't playing that many pages, you can get away with using Burnout, right? It has a 14 to 23 die, it is pretty strong, but you're not going to have any spare emotion coins for it, because at this point in the fight you will usually just have your full emotion bar. And the combination of these two factors make this page kind of like useless, because at the point when you have spare emotion coins at like emotion level 3 or 4, you will most likely have a lot of light, and using that all for one page will not be very useful, right? Then we have Heighten. Gain twice as much emotion coins from using this page. This is basically a great page to use at the start of the act, where you can just buff your emotion level to the max really easily with one page, and then you can just kind of steamroll the enemies with a higher emotion level than them. Then we have Stimulant, 2 copies of it actually. Draw cards equal to the amount of emotion coins you gain by using this page. So it's basically a page draw page, but it can draw a lot of pages with this ability. It will draw at least 2 because of the 2 dice that will clash with other dice. Well, if you use the clash, that is, and it can actually draw up to 4 pages, which is insane. Then we have Sellier. Gain protection next scene equal to the amount of positive emotion coins gained by using this page. Gain strength next scene instead for negative emotion coins, each up to 5. So you can gain a lot of emotion coins here with its evade dice, so you can use it to counter weaker pages that have a lot of dice. However, the evade die is pretty weak, so you will have to buff it somehow. And yeah, basically the first die seems to be useful for just losing the clash and getting 1 strength, which isn't that great of an idea, knowing that it is an evade die and you will take full damage from this attack. And the second one is actually pretty strong, so it can win clashes and give you protection. Then we have Stockholm. If all emotion coins slots are filled by using this page, increase the total emotion level by 1. This is the true emotion rush page, I guess, because by using it at lower emotion levels, you can easily use 3 dice to get your emotion level from 0 to 1, and then it will also skip level 1 and get you to level 2, which will be insane, right? I guess, maybe. I think it either works like that you can skip a level if you fill it up, or you can just get the next level during the, I guess, play phase of the scene. Or maybe not. I actually don't understand this page completely, but it seems to be really strong in theory. Okay, now without further ado, let's start, because I have been talking here for a lot longer than I should have. Let's see. So, almost all of them have the same modification for some reason. Okay, well, here is Joy. All emotion coins gained are now positive. On Clash Loose, recover for Stagger Resist. This is pretty strong. It is similar to Love and Powder on Netzex, so yeah. We will have to deal a lot more damage than we should to stagger them. And then we have Pleasure on one guy. All emotion coins gained are now positive. On Clash Win, recover for HP. So this one is a defensive modification, this one is an offensive one. So if they win clashes, they can recover a lot of HP. If this one's lose clashes, they will recover a lot of stagger. So I guess we want to push 1 or 2 of them at once because of their Joy. So we can manage to at least stagger 1 of them, because it will be difficult to stagger multiple when they are joyous. Okay, let's get strengths on everybody, because why not? Also, for some reason, the trigrams bug out all the time, and you will have to replay the cards, the pages that you have played already, if you use the trigram from the slot. And emotion turbulence already. Okay, well, I have +2. I should be fine here. Double string counter, I love that page. What can I counter with it? I guess Heighten. Yeah, it will be difficult for me to only focus one person or two people because I don't have that many pages to use. Okay, well I've already used strengths here, so can't draw a page. Crystals are here. Yeah, we're dealing consistent damage here. Lost only... Okay, well now 3 clashes. And slowly but surely we are staggering them, though they are recovering a lot of the lost stagger. But it's great that most of the pages have only 2 dice, meaning that 3 die pages will hit them with the last die without recovering any stagger, because it's not a clash lose or win, it's just an attack, I guess, a one-sided attack. So now everybody except Jan has emotion level 2, or emotion level 1 I mean, so I guess we'll just have to bring him up to that level. Yeah, that's an awful idea, by the way. Don't clash like that. We can clash with Heighten here, and I guess we can just throw Multi-Slash as a one-sided attack. Let's go for the logic here, so we can just destroy one of the people. Also, no, still no other modifications. Oh, it's at the start of the act, not the scene. Okay, well, I thought it was every scene they changed the modification, and that's not the case. Okay, well, great to know. We can win this. We can win this for sure. Let's also throw one-sided attack, and we can do this. We can get endurance. Also, I should get the buffs before I play any pages, because I'll just have to play more pages than usual, and that's annoying. Okay, True Dragon Formation is always useful. We can use it to counter Overclock. We have one more light. We'll lose the second clash to even clash here. No, we're just going to use it as a one-sided attack. We have forward march. We cannot beat Burnout, so yeah, we're not doing that for sure. Let's attack this person. We'll try our hardest to stagger them. Okay, well, one attack from moment was enough, so okay, well, I guess that's it for them. Burnout rerolled here, that's unfortunate, but it's fine, because we have a lot of HP to spare. Oh, come on. Overclock actually beats like a lot of dice here, because it's actually pretty strong for a 0 cost. And we can get Overclock ourselves, so yeah, that's nice. We can get the busted 0 cost page for our own usage. Yeah, we'll have to eat an entire Stockholm here because of my carelessness, I guess, but now Ron has a lot of HP and we can start Stimulant. Okay, so 2 strengths plus 5 here, I think. Renga probably beats Emotional Turbulence if I'm being honest here. That's insane, actually. Okay, let's do this. Multi-Slash, let's use that as a one-sided attack. I should definitely go faster here because I'm just doing this too slowly. Too slow, I guess. Let's also draw a page here. We'll use a Multi-Slash. Can't use Distorted Blade yet, which is fine. More one-sided attacks. Let's clash here. We can clash here with Execute, sure. Let's retake Stimulant, and we haven't used a thing here, so we should have. Let's start. Renga definitely beats this, right? It actually tied once. Well, that's fine. Now Ellis hits twice. That's great to see. Like, as soon as we get a third die on Roland, it's over. Well, I mean, it's not really about my strategy, it's about the mod, so I should not say how easy it is, because I did just transfer the strongest passive combination Roland and I'm Stimulant this. Also, I should not be using Impurity pages, because this is Start the City 3, but I don't think the outcome would have changed that much by me using slightly weaker pages. Also, Purple Tear is Start the City, and she is much stronger than anything I have right here, so does not matter. Oh, here comes the third die on Roland. And let's wrap this up quickly. Because the first act, as you can see, is pretty monotonous. Nothing happens here. And you just have these 5 people of the same class, I guess, the same page, just doing the same stuff, which is pretty boring. So also I have not been using this, and it's actually pretty useful, so I should not forget about that. Let's just take somebody, doesn't matter who. Endurance, sure. That will give us a strong evade die on the prescript. Yeah, that's a 12 and an 11. Insane damage rate here. That's a stagger, nice. Now we can deal a lot of damage to them. They have an okay amount of HP for Star City 3, I think. It's not like an Afterglow level where it's actually a difficult thing to beat, but it's at the level of being like not too steamrollable. Though I still think the reception itself is pretty easy to complete. Though I kind of like the story. I like that it brings up the characters from not only the game itself, but also Distortion Detective, which is pretty cool. We dealt 0 damage there. Okay, sure. Sword of Frost, why not? I will go from the mass attack here so we can beat this like this. Goodbye. That would definitely be enough. Yep. And that's it for the first act. Now on to the second one. We will still have the 3 victims here. And they are the same. But we also have the 2 named characters, Book of Smile and Book of Negative. Smile has 192 HP, 92 stagger resist, 37 speed, endures slash damage, and endures blunt stagger, so only 2 endurances, so that's not too strong. While Negative double endures slash, and that's it. Okay, well, and she also has less HP, weird. Okay, well, Smile has speed 3, emotional modifications, sure, I'm not going to read it out again. A modification selected at the start of the act. You may change the modification using light. Able to equip the exclusive pages of attributed key pages. I actually think this ability is really cool. It means nothing on him as the enemy, but I think it's like a really cool ability in general for the player. Because being able to equip the exclusive pages of attributed key pages is something I really like. It will open the, I guess, it will give you the ability to play much more interesting strategies with this, with the birthday effect. He also has recall. Every scene, the first page used. Fuck, this can't be read. Every scene, the first page that is used has its effect triggered twice. Okay, let's read it like that. And also Adrenaline, the same thing. He has some of the same pages, but also has memory. Cards copied by this effect cost 2 less light and exhaust after 3 uses. On Clash Win, copy the opponent's card and add it to your deck. So basically, if you let him attack you with this die, you can... I guess he'll just copy one of your pages and make it much cheaper, but it will only last for 3 uses. That's actually pretty fair, I think. Just making it cheaper will make this card, make this page really strong. Once again, not for the enemy, because you can just outclash it with something else, but for the player it would make it a lot stronger than it should be. And now we have Negative, who has the same modifications. A modification is selected, also complex, able to combine 2 modifications, gaining both modifications effects, meaning that while all of them use one modification, like joy, pleasure, anger, anything that was one more, she can get 2 of them at once, which is pretty strong. As you have seen, some of the modifications are really strong defensively or offensively, and having 2 of them at once will make you like a machine with just this one ability. Then we have Adrenaline once again, and Transference. 7-13, 5-8, on hit, inflict 1 lethargy. Lethargy? I don't know how you pronounce that. The ability of lethargy is gain a negative effect according to the type of emotion coin gained by the first card used during the scene. Positive coin fragile, negative coin feeble. I am getting far too close to the monitor to read that. Yeah, I hate this small font, but I mean, I guess it can be read. So, now let's continue on to the second act, where we will fight against them. I think it will be pretty easy because, well, they don't have any way to, like, do anything against us. Honestly, they only have 2 dice per person and they aren't that tanky. They only have 2 resistances. And the cards are also pretty weak. Also, for some reason, negative does not have a double, like a complex modification. I guess she'll get that on the second scene. Yeah, we see joy and pleasure here once again, we've seen them before, and here we have sadness. All emotion coins gained are now negative. At the start of the scene, inflict 2 feeble and disarm to self at the last opponent attacked. Doesn't seem to be too great. I guess you can use it to make one opponent like weaker by attacking that opponent with multiple people with sadness, but you will just kill that person as well, so... I mean, kill these people as well. I don't know if that's a great payoff, but I guess you can use it somehow. Okay, let's... I don't want to drain all that. Let's go for Will's Industry immediately. Divinatory Impact. By the way, I have not made the deck on Ruina myself. It just was there when I got the save, because the save file is not mine. I lost mine once again by just being not careful with mods. And yeah, definitely be careful when going in and out of the beta version of the game if you're trying to play both mods from the workshop and Nexus mods. It will be difficult for you to keep the save file or like any amount of files the game has, because it tracks them awfully. Okay, who do we want to kill first? Let's actually give Negative and Smile a chance to show themselves while we're just murdering their allies. We have enough light to play everything in our hand. Let's get strength, I guess. Encounter here. Yeah, I should definitely get strength on everyone. Oh, I drew a page here, that's fine. Let's do this, double encounter into the emotional turbulence. I forget the names of the pages already. That's what happens when you don't play the game for a long time. Okay, we have strength here. Once again, we'll give it to Miranea, so it is also given to somebody else. That somebody else is Roland. I am fine with that, and let's take this one once again. Yeah, Atelier Logic deals a lot of damage here. Like, straight up, 2 attacks from Roland almost stagger negative. She's not strong, but I guess Roland is because of his insane transfers. Almost staggered once again. Yeah, it's not difficult to stagger them, like, at all. Oh, that was just barely a clash win. He rolled the maxed value and we rolled like something that's usually bad, but that was still enough because it's Roland, the Black Silence. Oh, we actually lost the clash. Sure. We're going to kill one of them on the first scene of the act. That's pretty strong. We almost staggered negative as well, which isn't great because I did want them to show what they can do. I guess in at least some capacity. And now we can get... Let's go Hammer and Nail, because Lorraine doesn't work well with Roland's abilities. And I guess we can get Inspiration just so we can finish the fight when we want to. She still doesn't have complex abilities. Why? Able to combine 2 modifications. Why doesn't she do that? I have seen them before because I have tested the mod, so I can be sure it actually works. Because as usual, it did not work in the first time because of the dots instead of the commas in the mod info files. We have transference here. I don't want to stagger her like at all. I'm going to completely ignore negative just so I can let her get at least 1 complex emotion in. Because I don't like seeing her without the complex emotions. It's like, at least give me something. To try information, that's fine. Let's just finish these 2 people off. I guess Smile isn't as interesting as negative because, well, he doesn't have that ability. He has the Werther effect, which literally does not do anything on him because, well, he doesn't have anything attributed to him, does he? Okay, let's get strength and Renee, sure. That should be the best strategy here. Tap and confrontation into this person. Okay, let's start. Crystal Toya easily wins all clashes. Durandal was the same. Oh, we actually lost a lot of clashes here, and because of pleasure, because of pleasure, they restart some HP. You can see that pleasure is basically just a beta health holy. It's just double health holy, actually, and it also works on block dice. So it's like a really strong ability. So you can transfer this to people if you want to play with the mod. Once again, I don't really support using mods in your normal playthroughs, but at the end of the day the game is pretty easy on its own, so you can just have one mod that you edit, and using these modifications will be probably really fun. And of course yeah, of course she gets staggered. She still changed her thing to happiness. Let's see. All motion coins gained a non-positive and gain twice as much emotion coins. Recover for HP on Clash Win, recover for stagger resist on Clash Lose. Receive gain protection, stagger protection. Oh, happiness is pleasure and joy combined. Interesting. So when I first fought them, she actually had like an ability which was like sadness / anger. So you could see the two modifications that were used to make the complete modification, the complex one. But now it's just happiness. I mean, like, I like it more because it's like a new emotion, I guess, but weird. Maybe they came up with happiness for pleasure plus joy, but they didn't come up with anything good for the negative emotion, so I decided to just call them anger plus sadness. Sure, let's actually finish Smile over here. He seems to be really small in his portrait, actually. Negative is much bigger and taller, while in reality it's the other way around. Also, I want to bring attention to the thing that I think his outfit in the fight is just literally the puppeteer, but white. Like, instead of the black outfit, he has the white outfit. The lab coat. That's kind of lazy, but also, I mean, I can't blame them. Why would you make another thing when you can just redraw something that already exists? So let's do this and let's start. I think I went far overboard with the attacks. I think Roland on his own will be just basically enough to kill him. Yeah, I should have... Yeah, I didn't want to pick combat here because I didn't want to kill her. Kill negative. Because I still want to see more of the complex stuff. Okay, this should do. One two-target formation and another one. Yep. Goodbye. Now let's see, does negative change her emotion? Nope, she does not. Okay, well that means she's going to die. Aspiration. Right. Let's actually attack one of the weaker pages. Let's just kill the one person with a lot of mass attacks. Yeah, the best way to use mass attacks is on one person. We all know that, that's the truth, of course. It's not actually, don't listen to me. Stockholm is being used here. I guess I can look over that, but I definitely shouldn't. Motor slash. Why am I even doing this? I can just press P. Let's go. Aspiration hits 43, really strong. Yeah, I'm not a fan of aspiration, but I think it works really well when you're going against someone who is far weaker than you. Okay, negative is at 8 HP, she gets 3 attacks off before perishing from Zolkova Workshop, of course. So yeah, that is the end of the Senishima Workshop, or Emotion Workshop, and let's go through the post-battle story. We actually got the Aspiring Core. That is the second thing I got from this reception. Yeah, because I actually don't even have anything used here, which can give me a lot of stats. Yeah, we have both Wordless Girl and Aspiring Core. Okay, sure, I should not be thinking about this, and instead I should be reading the post-battle story. So here it is, recall story. Let's go through this. Does it ramble about saving people or whatever? They were still mere people in the end. Well, not like the heads. The head would have sit and watched if they got to the point of actually changing the city. Something wrong, Angela? Though the ways were twisted, they resembled someone I knew. Seeing as how you knew Gabra, I assume this person you're talking about isn't a normal one either. Well, I did smash that puppeteer act at the end. She's talking about Ayn, I think. So yeah, and we get a couple of new key pages and combat pages to use, so let's actually look at them. Let's see. Yeah, Book of Smile. Hawkman just became much shorter. Yeah, okay, well I guess Smile is actually really short in this... in the fight scene, I guess. So yeah, we have Book of Smile, Book of Negative. Smile has higher HP than Negative, like 4 high HP, that's not too much. And we have the Versa effects. Let's actually try that out. Let's do this. I guess we can... like, sure, let's go for, I don't know, I have Death Innovation. Just a simple +1. And I think now we should be able to equip Boundary of Death. Yep, we can equip the exclusive pages of any other key page that we attribute, which is really cool. I don't know... wait, you could probably make this like an insane page with the ensemble, right? Like, I don't know, no fabric here and... like, I don't know. Let's take Ilana for example and get Blood Fiendish, my favorite version of healing, and just do this, and now we have a lot of cards to use, a lot of pages to use. Yeah, okay, well this can be actually really strong. Wait, 1 second. So can I get rid of Tanya here and... I still have the page, so you can actually abuse this and make a deck of that consists entirely of exclusive pages. That's not going to be useful, but you can actually do that. Pretty cool. Oh, and you actually can't unequip that because you don't have... I think you can just clear, right? No. Oh, no, it's not there. I really wanted this to be abusable. Okay, well, sure. That is Smile. Here's Negative. We can actually go into a reception and look at how their stuff looks. Let's go here, begin safely, and as you can see, they'll have pleasure, but we can go here and use either joy, sadness, anger, or pleasure. Well, she has the same, right? Can you use next emotion page used will replace the current one? So I think you can do this, and then okay, you have no happiness is both of them at once. What if you go sadness? No, that's just sadness. Can you? Oh, because I used joy on top of pleasure, it made happiness. So can I go for joy and anger? It will make... oh, it's actually something interesting. Hatred. All emotion coins gained are now negative and gain... okay, well that's basically the two abilities at once. Yeah, I like that a lot. I think it's really cool. Yeah, one of the mods that I enjoy a lot. It's rare to see rewards that are actually not that broken, but are really fun to use. Like the emotion combination mechanic and the stuff with exclusive pages. I like that a lot. So yeah, I definitely recommend you to check out this mod, and if you're playing the game, well, I guess you can use the pages that it gives you. They are really fun, not that broken. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you around. Goodbye.